Welcome, everyone, to the home of the War Chant, Osceola, Renegade, and the Florida State Seminoles, a place simply known to some as the Dope. And while today is the final home game of the season for one team, it is more importantly a celebration, Senior Day, as we'll see a squad from the SEC, the Florida Gators, taking on the 8th-ranked team in the land, the Florida State Seminoles. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. The Seminoles will kick it off to get us underway. The returner will field it and bring it back. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. The Gators return man hardly helped out the offense with that one. The Sunshine State is so rich in talent. The players have known each other in many cases for a long time, and that brings the intensity to a fever pitch.
And they do not like each other, Reese. 3 of the 4 years that I was a part of this rivalry game, there were bench-clearing brawls in the middle of the field before...
And it's intercepted! A turnover for the defense.
Well, statistically, this defense is not one of the better units against the pass. They're trying to change that here today. What a great job tracking the ball down, making a play on it, stabbing it out of the air for a big interception early. That should be massive for their confidence.
So the Florida State Seminoles offense will try to get something started with their first possession. Here are our impact players for this game, and it goes beyond executing an assignment to make an impact in the game.
Yeah, obviously we were talking to both coaching staffs this week, and we asked them who needs to step up and play well. They immediately pointed to these guys right here. They are the key for their respective teams.
Yeah, and they don't always show up in the box score, but these are the guys that are the leaders. These are the guys getting everybody organized and have to play well for their team to succeed.
Looking to throw on second down. Quickly to the tight end. And the first guy couldn't get him, but the second one does, but not until he picks up the first down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Moving the running back, forcing the defense to adjust. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Huge game before he goes out of bounds, and now they've got his first and goal. And the Noles are in the hurry-up. Barrels ahead. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. We'll see if the offense can punch it in on second and goal. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Florida State. And it feels good to land that first big punch against a rival, doesn't it?
No doubt. In a game like this, too, you just want to be executing at a high level early. So, David, that's got to feel great getting on the board first.
And settles everyone down. All the nerves, all the emotion of this rivalry game. Now everybody can kind of settle in because you know you already got a touchdown on the board.
Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Gators sending the offense back to work. Well, let's see if this drive goes better than the last one. They were in and out quickly after the quick pick, David.
Yeah, first play, big mistake, man. Now, let's get this offense in a little bit of a rhythm. Maybe before you open it up again, Palmer, or do you trust him right away?
He seems to me like the guy maybe that just needs to kind of get into the flow of the game. So maybe you get the running game going here and just give him some easy looks to let him get lathered up.
They're bringing heat. Trying to buy a little time, and he cannot, but he does get it back closer to the line of scrimmage. They gave up the sack on first down. Now it's 2nd and 11. He's looking to throw. Finds the tight end. He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the first down on the throw and catch.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. And he'll be brought down.
Well, the defense wasn't expecting that. They had a lot of guys back into coverage. That was 2nd and a lot of yards to go, and they got caught off guard. Not enough guys in the box to control that running back.
They were all over him, nowhere to go as that 3rd down play turned into a disaster. The Gators line up to punt it away. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. Able to get the first one of the day away. They did have to send him out 3 times in that victory last week. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. Jesse, a very productive drive last time, wound up with a touchdown.
Yeah, mixing and matching play calling really well. Nice balance on that last one, Dave. We'll see what they can do here in this next drive.
Yeah, and I don't expect anything different. When you put together a drive like that, I would do more of the same. Keep the pace, keep it going.
Gonna run it. It's Buck. At the 35, he's open. Oh, look out! He's at the 10, and he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Seminoles!
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Here he comes with the return. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right.
Oh, he's so hard to get on the ground. He's got room. And he got enough for the first down, but somebody put the hit stick upside his head. Open the drive with a chunk play out past the 40, and they are in business on first down. Trying to get to him. And they knocked him down almost immediately. How about that Mike linebacker bringing the heat right up the middle?
Right down Broadway, right in the middle of the defense. This is the guy that sees everything, makes all the calls, and you could tell he knew where he was coming downhill. It came wide open, and he comes to the quarterback and gets the sack.
Fires to the wideout. Finds a man on the left.
And as a quarterback, when you're facing man coverage, you've got to find your best one-on-one matchup. That receiver did a tremendous job. Quickness, changing direction, out of his break, able to create separation. There was no question the quarterback was going to target that receiver on that play.
And his molars are probably rattling after that big hit, but he did get the first down. And the Gators are moving quickly down the field. Right back to the well. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
It'll be a draw. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the second quarter. That's the end of the quarter, and Florida State has the lead. Really strong performance so far to be able to build a lead here in the first period as we look at the stats. Now to see if they can answer this early blitz here in the second quarter. Now facing a third down as they line up after the break. Looking to throw. Quick strike complete. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. The Gators will call on their punt team. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Punt goes out of bounds, and a really nice job as they stick them deep in their own end. They'll mark it around the 10. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Back to the ground with the running back. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
Well, the linebacker's showing you read and react. He knew exactly where that running play was going, and he beat the football to the line of scrimmage and forced the TFL.
Backed up in their own end. Don't hold the ball too long. Starting to feel a little pressure. At the 15, he's loose. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
This guy just gives you nightmares. I mean, he's just got so much electricity. He just pulls it down and chews up yards like it's nothing. That's a quarterback. A quarterback doing that to your defense.
Finds his way ahead for 3 out to the 27-yard line. Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. The running back has it. He'll push his way out to the 30, a pickup of 3. Seminoles were able to squeak out a close one the last time they saw the Gators.
And in that game, the Seminoles just made more plays. It reminded me of back in 1998 when we lost up in Tallahassee and that essentially knocked us out of the national championship picture. That's the impact these games have in this rivalry.
Defenses throughout the week study every third down situation. You got to be ready for what they do, how they do it, and then be able to adjust. Great job by the offense so far having success.
Good pickup on that play. It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
When you're a defense, it is stop the run first. That is your first responsibility. It makes the whole game easy. And right now, they got it going on the ground. The defense is going to have to change something up. These little tiny dink and dunk, dink and dunk. You keep doing this, they'll go all the way down the field on you, so you don't want to get a little more aggressive.
The Seminoles will have it 1st and 10. Caught in the backfield, it's Casey. They make the stop after the catch and still some work to do to pick up that first down.
One of the things that makes this guy so dangerous is how good he is after the catch. If he's got any space around him, he's able to burst. He's able to make people miss and get extra yards for his offense. You saw it right there.
They've got it 1st and 10 from the 25. Give to the back. Makes his man miss. They get him on the ground, but not before he rumbles all the way to the 5.
Man, this is a guy who just seems to get better as the game goes on. What a run getting his offense damn close to the goal line.
So nice.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, no! Precision blocking up front. Created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, and it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. The Gators sending the offense back to work. They're down by 21 points, but you get a touchdown here, and you do at least apply a little game pressure, Jesse.
It's true. I think for them to get back in this one at this point now, they need the quarterback to...
Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. Defense just cradling that fumble and securing it. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own. This offense is about to face the one thing that can stop it. Time expiring in the first half. Before then, they can get another score. Touchdown, Florida State! And they'll put that scoreboard operator to work and put 6 on the board.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
And he's going to bring it out. Not nearly as much as he had hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. Boy, they've been caught in a buzzsaw here in the first half, but maybe a chance to carry some momentum into the break here.
It all comes down to this drive right here, Reese. Obviously, this offense hasn't had everything go right for them in the first half, but here's an opportunity, David, to execute some plays, put some throws together, and generate some points.
And you're right, Jesse, and this offense needs to start now. Like, we got to get some points on the board, create some momentum, and continue it, because you've dug yourself a significant hole.
Chunked it away just as he was hit. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. This rivalry only dates back to the late 50s, but what it might lack in long-term history, it more than makes up for in disdain, guys.
And historically, this game really has meant a lot. You go back to the 90s, this was basically a de facto national championship game before the championship game. Remember, they played twice back in 1996, the year Danny Werfel won the Heisman Trophy. So this game always means a lot.
Hit as he throws. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on third down. The Gators will send out the punt unit. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. Was looking for more running room, but found nothing but more tacklers. He's down at the 24. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. They've been the height of efficiency here in the first half, David. You've got to think they're going to try to click it right down the field here.
When you're looking at your playbook,
Afterburner's coming. The 30. He's at the 20. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Seminoles.
and coming into the game, you look at the stats, and you say top 10 offense in scoring, so they better be able to create what? Explosive plays. Another explosive plays. They've been doing it all year long. Those plays are backbreakers. Defenses just can't contain this offense.
He'll return it. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they get him on the ground at the 20. First down here for the offense. He's looking to throw it. Using his feet to buy time. On the move at the 30. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. They came out humming on this drive, and now it's first down from the 36. Looking to move it through the air. That ball came out a little late, and it was almost picked off.
And listen, as a quarterback, you're trying to find the matchup, trying to find who's open. I don't know if anybody was open, but that was not a greatly thrown football. I don't know if it was miscommunication, but the ball thrown out of bounds and just on to the next down.
It's caught. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half.
This defense is flying around with bad intentions. How about the stick the defender just laid on the tight end?
Wants to throw on first down. It's complete to the left. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end. They've built this offense around finding mismatches and just get the ball to the back and let him do his thing.
Yeah, it didn't have to be long down the field. Like, it threw it right near the line of scrimmage, but you know I got a guy, when he gets in space, he can make big plays happen. Nice decision by the QB.
They'll immediately call timeout. So with only seconds left in the half, here comes the field goal unit. From the left hash, he'll try to bend in a 37-yarder. Splits the uprights, it's good. I wouldn't say they cut into the deficit. They sort of microscopically edged off the deficit. Still a mountain to climb. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. And the Gators will kick it away to crank up the second half. On the move from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. They'll open this third quarter with a run. The big pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and 1. Handoff from the gun. At the 40, there he goes. And it's a first down. They'll mark it at the 44. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. 42 Spike. They'll leave it with him. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop it. Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. They'll go right back to him. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior.
And these defensive tackles just eat people. They swallow human beings when you get near them. They're so big, so strong. When those guys, those running backs come in, they just need a mitt. They put one mitt on a running back, and he usually falls to the ground just because of their sheer mass and strength. In halftime in this locker room, there was a lot of positive things to talk about. You got the lead, but you know what else will be positive, Palmer? Get the running game going early in this second half.
You're absolutely right here, and I think this coaching staff is going to try to put this game on the offensive line a little bit. Let these guys take this thing over, be physical, and push this defense around.
You guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on it.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that first down, so they dial up the running play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
And the Seminoles have it with a 1st and 10. They'll ride the hot hand. And that's a very productive first down play and bringing up 2nd and 3.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing game.
He steps out of bounds, but not before he has enough to set him up 1st and goal. Using him out of the slot, he has just been unstoppable.
And I love putting dynamic athletes in the slot that I can move around, that I can put in motion, that I can make him go in or out. I can put him off the...
Touchdown, no! And the pummeling has started. That Seminole war chant is getting louder as Florida State has built a big lead.
The Seminoles have been able to seize the momentum here in the second half, and they're now running away with this thing. Big plays all over the field have the Noles now looking good.
The returner will field it and try to do some business. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. All right, guys, so here's the offense back on the field again. Jesse, they had to kick a field goal the last time they had it.
Yeah, and oftentimes early in games, you're just trying to find your rhythm. Some things work, some don't on that first drive, David. It'd be interesting to see what happens here on the second drive.
Yeah, you got a feel for the defense now. You understand what they're trying to do, what their game plan is. Now you get to go into phase 2 of your game plan.
Rides to the back. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Well, they're trying to get that run play going to the outside, but it's the defensive end who does a great job winning his one-on-one and forcing the negative play.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Finds him out of the backfield. Good tackle there to stop him short of the first down. It'll bring up a big decision. The Gators will try to pin them back with the punt. On the move, looking for a little sliver of hope. A little pressure on. And they'll stop him at the 47-yard line. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect it.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out every...
He's off to the races. And how much running room have they been able to find on the ground? Man, are they piling up some gaudy rushing stats. From the 25-yard line, it's 1st and 10. The give on the inside. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Oh, and they'll try to catch him with a pass. Makes the grab on the left. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
Gets enough for the first down, but not sure they'll get another play off here in the 3rd quarter. That's the end of the quarter, and Florida State has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. So will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the 4th. And the Seminoles are on the move. Wide receiver coming across in motion. He looks that one in nicely. Makes the catch, and he's brought down. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Going to the running game. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater. He now has 80 yards on the ground, and that's just another routine day for this guy who's been among the nation's leaders in rushing all season long. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. They go right back to this guy on 2nd and goal. Touchdown, Florida State! And the stomping has commenced. As they push that lead out, a really good opportunity to get back in the win column. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Fellas, I think at least a portion of your audience will have an interest in the one that just finished up. Minnesota looked less like a pack of Gophers and more like a group of road warriors in a solid victory. This team almost always plays tough in front of its home fans, and today they found a way outside of Huntington Bank Stadium. A lot to go through in the film session this week for both teams, but boy, it sure is going to be easier for the side that came away with the win.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Makes the grab. It's Smith. Hits him with a stiff arm. And he's down at the 41. That's a first down. Big chunk play to start this drive. Now they'll really try to take it to this defense. He'll come out throwing on first down. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
Man, I've been there before as a quarterback. Sometimes you just wish the game would already be over, right? You've had nothing go your way all game long. You're trailing late. They're still getting sacks. And you just want to go back to the locker room. You want to get in the ice tub and start healing for next week.
And they'll shove him out of bounds after the short gain.
That's one the DB, I think, would like to have back. Out route, he was in man coverage. If he could have just got out of his break a little bit sooner, he might have had a chance to intercept that one and take it to the house.
Can't make the connection on third down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's fourth down. The Gators will bring the punt team onto the field. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. He'll field the punt and see what he can get. He gets a block. Wide open, and it's a foot race. He will score! Touchdown, Seminoles!
Man, this has been a complete performance. The defense has been lights out, and the offense, obviously, just continues to pour it on. This is what you call having a great day. Putting it all together, offense, defense, complementary football.
And they did tack on the extra point. After giving up the punt return for the score, let's see if they have an answer on the kickoff. Bringing it out. And the ball pops out. Oh, inviting disaster. Corral by the kicking team.
Because of the big collisions on kickoff team, you don't see a lot of that in practice. You don't do that because you don't want to get each other hurt. A lot of open field, big collisions, big forced fumble, big momentum play created.
couldn't ask for better field position for this offense. He leaves it with his back. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches.
Yeah, and that's a great job by this offense. And I'll tell you what, fourth quarter, you have the lead. That's exactly what you want to do. Lean on these guys, run.
Touchdown, no! And the punishment has been extended. They stretched this lead here in the fourth, and now they're closing in on their 9th win of the season. Now they've got a little breathing room. They are in firm control of this game, guys, but you never want to let up in a rivalry game.
Because it only takes one play. We know how much of a factor momentum can be in these types of rivalry games, David, so this game's still far from over.
And this is where my leadership and my experience comes into play. When you got guys that have been through these fires, been through these rivalry games, you know the swings happen quick. Now you got to swing it back your way.
First down for this offense. He's going to pass. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
The offense came into this game knowing that for them to win, they were going to have to make some big plays throwing the football. That just has not been the case. Here in the fourth quarter, they've been held to less than 200 passing yards, and that's really the story of the game, guys.
And back to the air on second down. This time on target. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like that...
And there was nowhere to go for this quarterback, and down he goes.
And this has been the story of the night. The offensive line getting beat up. And this is why this team is losing. You got to protect your quarterback. This defense has had a field day with their 5th sack of the game.
Makes the grab. It's Smith. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. They've got a good chunk of ground to cover on 3rd and long from the 41. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. Crosses the 30. He's got away. His defense giving up ground as he's finally knocked down at the 26. And the Gators are moving quickly down the field.
And that's a first down for the offense.
He wants to throw. With the catch, it's Smith. He's been under pressure all season, and they really haven't done much to turn down that heat. And it's just hard to imagine that this guy will be back leading this program next year.
Yeah, and you want to see him finish strong, and I think Coach needs to finish strong. All the negativity swirling around the program, obviously, you hear it. It's a part of it. The kids hear it, but finishing strong would kind of ease some of that for Palmer. It's the body of work. Everything he did this season is going to be taken into account, and it's going to be tough, I think, for him to keep his job.
It's a combination of wins and losses this year, but it's also about who's out there. There's some good...
And he takes it in the end zone for a touchdown. A little window dressing here at the end of the game.
And this has been a rough day for this offense, and finally, some good things to happen. Build some momentum maybe for the future. You know, that's the way the coaches spin it when you're getting beat up and you're getting destroyed. Like, let's find something for the future. Let's keep fighting. Let's keep working. This team's done that, put some points on the board, so it's not all bad.
He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. What a feeling this has to be, David, in complete control and headed toward victory formation.
Yeah, no stress, under a couple minutes left in the ball game, well in hand. These are the ones, Jesse, you like to just run the clock, take a knee, whatever you want.
No doubt. They're going to love watching this game film, too. There's just so many positives to take away from this, and this is the kind of performance today that is really going to help this offense's confidence.
He has 89 yards on the ground, and he's been terrific all season, ranking in the top 10 in rushing. Here they come, trying to convert a 3rd and short from the 28. The give to the tailback. And the defense is swarming to keep him from getting to the first down. It's really easy to get caught up in the emotion of a rivalry game. We did, and certainly this was a huge win.
Yeah, and you started, you circled it, you were ready for this team. This is the rivalry you put a lot of stock in all offseason. You're talking about this game in particular. You go out and get the dub. It's a relief because you definitely wanted this team.
And it's bragging rights for everybody, for the coaching staff, for the fans, but how about for the players as well? For another 365 days, you can talk about how you went out, you dominated, and you beat your rival. A lot of these guys are going to go on to the NFL. They'll be in locker rooms next year. They'll be talking about this for a long time.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.